Lesson plans. Outline. 1. Introduction, 2. Drafting lesson plan, 2.1. Pre-planning and visualizing, 2.2. Method of preparing a lesson plan, 2.3. Design of a lesson plan, 2.4. Assignments, 2.5. Competent lesson, 3. Conclusion. 1. Introduction. A lesson plan contains the details of a course and is used by a teacher on a daily basis. Though it is difficult to predict what the lesson will entail, a teacher prepares a lesson plan before going to teach. This presentation will discuss some points considered when drafting a lesson plan. 2. Drafting lesson plans. There are some important considerations when creating a lesson plan. Lessons are in the form of an outline which ensures that the educator has included and will present important points in the lessons. A lesson plan will include the specific topic and its subtopics written in a logical progression. The lesson plan will show mode of presentation, content to be presented, learning materials, allocated time for individual subtopics and the evaluation methods for each. 2.1. Pre-planning and visualizing. The educator tries to find out a little about each learner's background. This is done to gain information on the learner's past and present experiences and maximize their learning experience. The achievement level is determined and the student placed in a certain category. The instructor may realize that the student needs some prerequisites to proceed with other courses. The educator obtains information from relevant sources such as libraries to encourage ensuring all the appropriate materials are available. From experience, the educator can develop the time it takes to cover a topic. The teaching styles to be used are selected. Consideration should also be given as to whether the educator will revise the past materials to enable students learn. The teacher also considers if they are vast with each topic and which ones they might need help with. They can consult a guest lecturer before allocating them a slot in the lesson plan to confirm attendance. A lesson plan provides a detailed way of imparting the knowledge to the students. The teacher will identify a method of motivation. Motivation can be retained throughout the lesson. Each topic will give a meaning and introduction to help students learn. The lesson plan is only useful for a single lesson in a day. Educators have diverse preferences. There are regulations on lesson plans which stipulate the maximum time and number of students per class. 2.2. Method of preparing a lesson plan. Pick on one topic that needs to be covered in the curriculum. Identify the objectives for the specific topic and state measurable outcomes that the student will be able to do after learning the topic. For instance, learners will be capable of naming therapeutic strategies for mentally disturbed patients. Break down the topic into subtopics and allocate time. While paying attention to the progression of knowledge, arrange the topics from the easy ones to the most complex. Pay attention to the sequence of the lessons according to the provided policies. For each subtopic, a clear method of instruction and evaluation should be indicated to ensure the topic is presented appropriately. Name and give details of activities to be undertaken. The instruction for the activities will make it easy for the educator to deliver the information because they have considered different factors. Name the teaching aids and learning materials for each subtopic. Testing the competence of the learners after each topic should be considered necessary. For instance, an evaluation question can be, mention and describe methods of managing incontinence. Be flexible to adjust the time allocated since the student's learning capabilities vary. If the lesson plan includes a guest tutor, their qualifications and specialties should be indicated. 2.3. Design of a lesson plan. A lesson plan has the course topic, or subtopic, as the heading at the top. The time is clearly indicated. The teacher is so specific as in writing the real time the lesson is allocated in the timetable. There is a list of behavioral objectives as well as cognitive or knowledge objectives. Behavioral objectives are concerned with skills while knowledge objectives are concerned with ideas. An example of how to state the objective of a course is as follows. Course title, Director of Staff Development. Course overview, students will receive training on how to develop a curriculum, use a curriculum effectively to teach, and how to evaluate the comprehension of the topic taught to their students. They will be able to draft course outlines, as well as lesson plans, and understand how to adapt each educational topic to the target audience. Course objectives. At the end of this course, the students will be able to successfully develop an educational curriculum, describe how to effectively use a curriculum to teach, explain how to effectively manage time during teaching instructions, explain how to effectively evaluate the understanding of the topic taught, successfully develop course outlines, successfully develop lesson plans, understand how to adapt educational topics to different target audiences. Course content, curriculum development, curriculum implementation. Time management during teaching, topic/course evaluation, drafting course evaluation, drafting lesson plans, adapting educational topics to different target audience. The lesson recaps what had been previously done to create consistency. Pictures, diagrams and questions related with the topic come along with the lesson plan. The next section shows the sequence of events. There is room for independent practice where the teacher can implement skills in teaching. The designs show the point at which the teacher stops to teach and asks questions. 2.4. Assignments. The lesson plan has a slot for assignments. Assignments are given at the end or during the lesson as a learning strategy. There are different types of assignments that are given to the entire class, or individual works, workshops, groups, peer learning and contractual. When the whole class is given the assignment, the entire class discusses a common question while the teacher is still in the class. Groups of 4 to 6 students are given a question to answer collectively. Workshops occur when the learner performs different tasks simultaneously. The student can do the assignment alone in class or later in the day at their own time. Face-to-face interactions are considered most effective than distance learning. When the teacher and student engage in a contractual assignment, the student will be required to complete a certain amount of work within a specified time. The assignment brings benefits to the learner. The educator gives the students challenging assignments as they progress with their learning. The educator allocates time and gives instructions according to desired goals. The teacher is keen to correct the students and give them feedback. The instructor can use assignments for grading on a regular basis before and a final evaluation. Assignments are a reflection of what will appear in the evaluation questions. 2.5. Competent lesson. Since the lesson plan is a powerful tool that is used on a regular basis when a student is under training, it is considered the most powerful tool for creating change. The educator selects the most appropriate tools for learning in the field. When a lesson is not completed, the educator completes the work at the next convergence before proceeding, and informs the students who are equally following on the progress of the curriculum. Absenteeism causes the student to lose. In most cases, students request for permission when unable to attend and fail to follow up what was covered. It is important to follow up because skipping a lesson results in creating a knowledge gap. The student can request for material and notes on the lesson and catch up with the rest of the class. Students who acquire information on missed lessons are able to catch up easily. If the student keeps skipping classes, they are likely to have poor performance and not accept the required information. For this reason, teachers keep a record of attendance to keep track of the students to discourage absenteeism and identify their problems when it comes to learning. 3. Conclusion. Drafting a lesson plan requires the educator to pre-plan and visualize what the lesson will be like. The educator prepares the plan including details of topics to be covered, materials, assignment and how they will end the lesson. All the time needed for the lesson is allocated and is used accordingly.